Okay, so good afternoon everyone. We're from Group 4 and today we're going to be reviewing an article about recasting the customer experience in today's omnichannel environment. Our guideline for the presentation today will cover the introduction to the research, the conceptual model, the model review, and the conclusion. To start off with the introduction, this article is basically talking about the recent advantages in technology that have opened up businesses to many opportunities, and omnichannel has become a key priority to businesses. So, what is omnichannel? It is basically referring to the availability of channels provided for the customer to enhance their shopping experience and to improve their performance. It will allow an easier access to shop online. You can do it on your devices, for example, your tablets or your mobile phones, or you can go directly to the brick and mortar store. And it will also provide a way for customers to interact with the company. And the research purpose of this article is basically to reshape the way marketers interact and transact with their current and prospective customers and to obtain a competitive edge. And secondly, understanding how firms manage across all channels to provide superior customer experience. The research definition that is provided from this article is about the emergence of communication channels such as internet, phones, tablets, and how does a company deliver a personalized experience through these different platforms. And the second one is about how can firms manage customer interactions and touch points across multiple channels seamlessly, consistently, and profitably.
So for the conceptual model, it is how to identify the cause that have customers behave differently in the presence of multiple channels of interaction. So to understand this, we must understand the consequences of customer behavior to the various channels of interaction available, which will then be important for the management of customer relationships across channels to be consistent, effective, and profitable. So the first research question focuses on the differential impact of single channels on key company outcomes, while the second one focuses on the company outcomes of using multiple channels versus a single channel to carry out transactions with the firms. So with both of these, it's to investigate the difference in relational, behavioral, and financial outcome for customers when comparing single channels to multi-channels. And for the results, the first study result yielded that physical store customers made large purchases, but online catalog-only customers spent the most and made larger purchases compared to physical store customers. But due to spending channels with little human contact, it led to lower cross-selling and brand loyalty opportunities, whilst multi-channel customers performed better for revenue and customer retention, with higher cross-selling and higher mix of service, which equates to higher complex customer needs fulfillment.
This graph shows each of these groups of variables and their influences on channel choices. To recognize which channels a customer prefers and the drivers of these preferences, please show the figures and listen to following factors which are components of this graph. So firstly, channel characteristics and attributes are central to explaining customer channel choices and usage. Whether the channel is virtual or physical, how the accessibility is, those factors are related to differences in customer channels. In addition to that, different attributes compared to other factors are also related to differences. And move on next. Marketing activities taken by companies are attributed to customers choosing channels, such as some companies are doing X marketing and spend some amount of time and expenditure for that. Those factors can affect channels. And move on to the next one. Consumers' accumulation of experience is related to channel preferences. If someone have experienced one way, after that he started to tend to do similar ways. That is the customer experiences. And the next one, customer channel adoption and usage is thought to be affected by the behavior of other individuals. It is demonstrated that social contagion plays a major role in the adoption of sales channels. And finally, customer differences in buying behavior and psychographics and demographics have also been related to differences in customer channel choices. Considering those factors, we can understand the reason why people have different decisions in companies' channels.
And now we can continue to the next section, which is the key challenges to improve the customer experiences in an omni-channel environment. And it is important for firms to understand the drivers and consequences of a successful omni-channel marketing strategy and address a number of central challenges. The first and foremost is that companies need to adapt a customer-centric focus because customers are the firm's most important assets and they determine what a business sells and whether it will prosper. Their focus should be on customers and on building, developing, and maintaining successful relationships that provide long-term benefits in the form of more purchases, product and service usage, and positive word of mouth and product co-creation. And secondly, they should unify all touchpoints across all channels. And every single touchpoints between firms and the customers matters. So the customer-firm interactions represent opportunities to improve the relationship and are critical to building and maintaining successful and profitable relationship. Thus, they must manage consistently and satisfactorily. Third is to deliver a personalized customer experience. The data integration presented before, if properly addressed, will enable firms to deliver a unified and personalized message across all channels to each customers. Marketing has evolved significantly in recent decades, and one-to-one marketing, which used to seem difficult to put into practice, has become a reality these days. And fourth would be a cross-channel integration. The integration marketing channels deals with how to combine the available channels to create cross-channel synergies. Firms can improve the customer experiences in an omni-channel environment by coordinating and integrating their marketing channels. So integrating marketing channels enables firms to offer customer what they want at each stage of the buying process. Fifth is to delight your customers across channels. And the previous steps can help firms increase their customers' satisfaction, but they must go one step further. They should try to delight their customers. The action should aim to engage customers and produce strong positive reactions that go. The sixth is the role of the physical stores. It plays a central role in development of a successful customer relationship because they have a number of features that are great importance to customer in their purchase decision process. Even though it's decreasing, the feature provided by physical stores are still highly valued by customers. And lastly is to embrace the mobile channels. New mobile channels have transformed the business landscape, and the increasing popularity of the digital channel does not imply that the other channels are losing importance. A truly omni-channel strategy means that the firm must deliver consistent experiences, messages, content, and processes to their customer across available channels.
So, moving on to the next part of this presentation, which is the model review. So here we're going to analyze the model that my colleague had explained before by clarifying the strengths and the weaknesses about the model. So, starting with the strengths of the model. So the first strength is that it gives higher customer satisfaction. So if the right channels are used for the right target group, consumers can use the channel they prefer. In addition, the physical and the online presence of the brand gives your company a face and creates customer confidence. This will actually give the customer a deeper connection with the brand and therefore ensures that the customers remain loyal to the business. Next is the time saving. So customers can go to the physical stores with their product that they purchased online and also return them there. In many cases, this saves time for the customer who does not have to wait for the new product. It also boosts sales as foot traffic of the physical shop increases. Next is about the conversions that is increasing. Because the product information is displayed throughout multiple channels, consumers are more inclined to actually buy the product. This gives the customer a certain feeling of trust as every channel can be used. So, in contrary, about the weaknesses, the first weakness is about the privacy issues. So, as customers want to protect their personal data, more research is required to how companies can guarantee customers their protection and the correct use of all their private information across the different channels. The next weakness happens when the firm is trying to eliminate one of the channels. So a new system should be implied or conducted to balance all the channels as of these channels are integrated one to another, and this will take energy, cost, and time. So to conclude the presentation, in order to develop an integrated omni-channel experience, firms are expected to do these following points. The first is to become customer-centric. Firms must learn their customers, and by knowing their customers, firms would be able to treat them better and giving them a better customer satisfaction. By being aware of the customer-centric approach, companies will be able to develop successful and profitable relationships with their customers. Next is to unify all touchpoints across all channels. And to do this, companies have to implement accurate customer data integration so as to coordinate data across all channels. If firms implement a synergetic management of the numerous available channels and customer touchpoints, the performance across channels will be optimized. This integration will enable companies to deliver a unified message to each customer. Next is to build relationship with customers. Successful and delightful relationships can easily lead to customer engagement, and a high level of customer engagement will drive customers to spread positive word of mouth about the company, to do co-create with the company, and everything that gives benefits for the company. Last but not least is to make a good use of the physical store, which is the traditional channel. At the physical store, customers still desire to touch and feel the product as well as to receive face-to-face information in order to actually reduce the risk of potential purchases. So firms should be able to align both traditional and digital channels as customers expect consistency. That's all for our presentation. Thank you. Is there any question?